Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was the second Hyrule Warriors game to release in the series and also the second Legend of Zelda game to take place in the Hyrule we've come to know and love from the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game was a prequel of sorts to the original Breath of the Wild game that was released for Switch and Wii U in 2017. Today I'll be giving my full review of this game and there will be spoilers later on in the video after I express my initial thoughts. Don't worry, I'll give a fair warning before I start to get into the more spoiler filled stuff. So sit back, relax and feel free to agree or disagree with the thoughts I have after finishing this next entry in the Zelda franchise. For starters, I wasn't sure what to think exactly when picking up Age of Calamity on release day last Friday. I never got around to playing the first Hyrule Warriors game, so I didn't have any real expectations set in stone for this entry into the series. Of course, having it be related to Breath of the Wild alone would bear high expectations, but I kept mine pretty well grounded, considering it would be a style of game I haven't experienced before. With that being said, I found Age of Calamity to be a thrilling, jarring and unexpected joyride for the 20 or so hours it took me to beat the main story. The combat never felt overused or dry, as there would be new modifications to enemies that would not only increase the difficulty but also ultimately make you change your strategy on how to defeat them. There were also plenty of characters to choose from and learn how to play or master, so I never felt stuck playing only a handful. I could switch it up whenever I got tiresome of the characters I was playing as. Each playable character had very unique skill sets and abilities, so for example it was very different switching from playing as Link to playing as Zelda. This kept the gameplay fresh and exciting. The graphics looked just like Breath of the Wild as expected. There weren't many changes to the look of the game and its cutscenes. As far as negatives go, one major flaw that I had with the game was the camera locking onto enemies. It seemed to not be so consistent, and that would cause some frustrating gameplay at times. Other than that, there weren't any big issues I encountered when playing, although I did play the game on normal difficulty and it was still decently challenging. The story itself was pretty decent. There are some things that I loved and some things that I didn't, and we'll discuss that more now. So if you haven't played the whole story yet, or you don't want to be spoiled, this is your spoiler warning. Let's talk now about the stuff everyone's here for, the Age of Calamity story. What an unexpected turn in the Zelda universe. I didn't expect a happy ending in this game. In fact, I was preparing to feel defeated, only to pop in Breath of the Wild into my Switch after and take back the kingdom from Ganon's fierce grasp. Although that isn't what we got. We received a story that takes place in a split timeline within the Breath of the Wild world we know. My initial thoughts on this story weren't the most positive. In fact, I actually felt kind of let down because I didn't necessarily want there to be a happy ending to the Age of Calamity story. However, after having a few days to sit on it, I do believe, although a bit cliché, the Age of Calamity story was actually pretty good. It was a true telling of the what-if scenario in each of the big meaningful battles that took place during the Calamity's attack. What if Akala Citadel didn't get overtaken? What if Fort Hateno stood tall amongst the fiercest battle it's ever been part of? What if Zelda didn't only save Link, but helped him defeat the Calamity along with the champions and her own father? This is the outcome we got, and I'm kind of okay with it. The cutscenes in this game were amazing. It was really a great experience getting to play a truly linear Zelda game. I also loved how the four champions got to meet and pilot the Divine Beast with their four successors from Breath of the Wild, and that they also told Link how great it was fighting by his side again, even though he has no idea who they are in this timeline. The moment that stood out to me the most was when Teriko, the Egg Guardian, started playing Zelda's theme as she felt all hope was lost.
Everything.
These types of meaningful cutscenes sprinkled throughout the game's story made the experience of playing Age of Calamity very joyful. If I had to put a score on it, I'd give Age of Calamity a 7 out of 10. Although it wasn't breathtaking by any means, it was still a really solid game with a decent story, great combat, and wonderful cutscenes that will make you even more excited for the Breath of the Wild sequel coming in 2021. Thanks for watching our review of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know your thoughts on the game down below. We'd love to hear what you all think. If you'd like to see some theory and speculation videos from us on Age of Calamity, let us know as well, as we already have some ideas for it. Thanks again for everyone for watching, and we'll see you all in our next video.